It's the news at 10 and we're live in Abuja. I'm Comfort Amadu. President Tinubu directs accelerated rollout of free health care for low-income retirees and pension increase. Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention confirms 3 more deaths from Lassa fever as fatality rises to 155 nationwide. JAMB sets up panel to review admission of 599 high-scoring underage candidates. And we begin with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's directive to the National Pension Commission, PENCOM, to expedite the rollout of free healthcare access initiative for low-income retirees under the contributory pension scheme, describing it as a critical component of social protection and dignity in retirement. He also called for the prompt implementation of long overdue pension increases and a minimum pension guarantee, which would provide a safety net for the most vulnerable pensioners under the CPS. The president gave the directive after receiving a briefing from Omolola, the Director General of the National Pension Commission. President Tinubu further mandated PENCOM to urgently resolve long-standing police pension issue, emphasizing that members of the police force who serve and protect the nation deserve to retire with dignity and peace of mind. And the DG also briefed the president on ongoing reforms to ensure the value preservation of pension fund assets, especially in the face of inflation and macroeconomic pressures, as well as plans to introduce foreign currency contributions to enable Nigerians in the diaspora to participate in the pension system. The National Senior Citizens Center has extended a heartfelt commendation to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the bold and historic movement and move of the approval of pension increase and the rollout of free health care for Nigerians as senior citizens. According to the center's Director General, Omobolanle Akinyemi, this landmark directive not only underscores the president's deep commitment to the welfare of retirees, but also brings long overdue relief to millions of families who have contributed immensely to the nation's growth over the decades. In an official statement signed by the head of corporate affairs, Omini Oden, the NSCC highlighted the urgent attention given to the lingering police pension crisis and praised the establishment of a minimum pension guarantee under the contributory pension scheme. The center says this is more than a policy. It's a signal of restored dignity, inclusion, and justice for those who have served with this. And the Renewed Hope agenda seems to be finding real expression among some of the most vulnerable members of the society. And that's the elderly. The National Agency for the Control of AIDS, NACA, says it is intensifying strategies around local drug production, health insurance coverage, and domestic financing to sustain the nation's HIV response. This was the highlight of the 7th National Council on AIDS held in Lagos, and Joy Ken Abakboya reports.
For decades, international donors have significantly funded Nigeria's HIV response, but with shifting global policies and declining support, the National Agency for the Control of AIDS says it is time for Nigeria to build homegrown solutions.
The government is doing a lot in terms of integration. We want to put HIV in the broader global health systems, integrate HIV, TB, malaria responses, and we're meeting at the technical working group at the national level.
That is why delegates from Nigeria's 36 states, the Federal Capital Territory, development partners, civil society organizations, and patient communities have converged on Lagos for a crucial meeting.
In Nigeria, we are focused on delivering stronger technical support, reinforcing our in-country presence, and aligning closely with with national priorities.
The future of HIV response depends on innovation, equity, and integration. Long-acting PrEP and ART are no longer on the horizon. They are here, and we must act swiftly.
Lagos State is taking the lead, integrating HIV services with broader health interventions while strengthening health systems across its 20 local government areas and 37 local council development areas.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, sustainability is crucial to our HIV response. This means strengthening our healthcare systems, building local capacity, fostering community ownership, and embracing bold leadership, collaboration, and innovation to overcome emerging challenges and seize new opportunities for growth.
With the theme, Advancing National HIV Sustainability Agenda in the Changing Global Policy on AIDS, the 7th National Council on AIDS will, for 3 days, review progress on key resolutions and chart new strategies to strengthen Nigeria's HIV response through robust policies, domestic financing, and collaborative programming. In Lagos, Joy Ken Abakboya, NTA News.
The Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, has confirmed 3 additional deaths from Lassa fever, bringing the total number of fatalities in 2025 to 155. According to the agency's latest situation report covering week 29, July 14 to 20 of July 2025, a total of 822 confirmed cases have been reported so far this year, spanning 105 local government areas across 21 states. The current case fatality rate stands at 18.9%, marking a noticeable increase from the 17.1% reported during the same period in 2024. The NCDC says that 89% of all confirmed cases originated from just 5 states: Ondo, Bauchi, Edo, Taraba, and Ebonyi states, underscoring the persistent regional concentration of the disease. And the number of newly confirmed cases remain unchanged from previous week, with all new infections recorded in Ondo and Edo states. Notably, no new cases were reported among healthcare workers during the review period. The report also pointed to a year-on-year decline in both suspected and confirmed cases when compared to 2024. The agency urges Nigerians to maintain proper hygiene, avoid contact with rodents, and seek prompt medical attention if symptoms occur. Still on health, Nigeria has launched the 8th edition of its essential medicine list alongside the 2nd edition tailored specially at children as part of efforts to make healthcare safer, smarter, and more accessible. Uche Ugochukwu reports that beyond the pages of the policy lies a life-saving instrument that guides what medicines are available in local pharmacies, hospitals, wards, and even children's bedside.
Health stakeholders and development partners gathered to unveil what experts called a critical update to Nigeria's pharmaceutical framework, one that directly shapes what drugs are available and prioritized across health facilities. They said it's not just a list, but a life-saving lifeline.
So for this edition, I want to assure you that the NHI will take a look at it and wholeheartedly adopt it.
The latest edition includes the aware classification of antibiotics to groups of access, wash, and reserves to emphasize the importance of their optimal use and potential for antimicrobial resistance.
By integrating aware categorization into the essential medicine list, Nigeria is taking a decisive step towards preserving the effectiveness of life-saving antibiotics, safeguarding public health, and strengthening our response to infectious diseases.
The revised list meticulously curated by a team of expert clinicians and reviewed by the Nigeria Drug Formulary and Essential Medicines List Committee, are not just about medicine availability, but also about affordability, safety, and evidence-based use.
The publication of the second edition of the Children's List marks a bold affirmation that our youngest citizens deserve targeted, high-quality, and age-appropriate care.
And with the children's edition now more robust, pediatric care is getting the attention it long deserved. Uche Ugochukwu, NTA News.
The Kogi state government has reiterated its commitment to transforming the state's agricultural sector and improving the livelihood of farmers through the recently signed Food for Lagos partnership, aimed at creating a robust food supply chain between Kogi and Lagos states. A statement by the State Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Femi Fanwo, says the State Ministry of Agriculture has already mapped out key areas with comparative advantages for specific crops, ensuring that each region contributes meaningfully to the value chain. Kogi, he said, is already a leading producer of cassava in Nigeria and West Africa, and the administration is working hard to dominate other areas of food production. He praised Governor Ododo as a visionary leader who, from the outset of his administration, placed agriculture at the center of his development agenda. Fanwo also highlighted major government-backed programs such as RAMP, Rural Access and Agricultural Marketing Project, which is facilitating the rehabilitation of rural roads to improve access to markets and agroclimate resilience in semi-arid landscapes, which is channeling investment or instruments into rural farming communities. Now, efforts to increase farm yields and enhance food security in the midst of harsh realities of climate change in Nigeria has continued, with emphasis on genetically modified or biotechnology seedlings, dispelling myths and misinformation surrounding GMOs. National Biosafety Management Agency and stakeholders visited some genetically modified farms in the FCT. Correspondent Mina Daniels reports.
To the GMO farms in question. And right here we have stakeholders from the AATF, NOA, and of course the National Biosafety Management Agency, and a whole lot of people here to talk to us about this genetically modified maize. I'm sure it's obvious. If you look at this maize, it's so healthy. It's booming. I mean, it doesn't have insect infection and all of that. Very beautiful. Now let's take a look at the other farm that is not, by the way, genetically modified maize. So you can see this one is already infested with insects, loads of insects, and you can see the yield. And let me also let you know that this maize here was planted long before the other one. Andrew Nafwan's genetically modified or biotechnology maize farm, located in Kubwa, attracted this high-powered visit of officials whose mission is to verify and cascade the good news about success of GMOs and demystify the myths around it. Andrew is a police officer in the FCT.
I said, let me make a try. I planted the teller maize, and I planted it. I see change.
Another GMO farm, this time a cowpea farm, corroborates the fact that not only can GMO seeds be planted well ahead of their planting season, but their next generation seeds are also replantable, safe and healthy, as well as can maximize yield.
We know the food insecurity problems of the world, particularly in Africa. Everyone is struggling to feed its nation, and there is need to get technologies to be able to feed nations. So genetically modified crops, or BT crops, are an effort in providing very proven technologies of crops to farmers, which can increase their productivity.
So lessons learned. A lot of mysteries about GMOs right here have been demystified. Irrespective of the climate change, farmers can still have good yields. And all you need to do is identify, use, plant these genetically modified crops. In Abuja, Mina Daniels, NTA.
All right, more stories ahead, but that will be right after this commercial break.
Precision, engineered to perfection. Every component is crafted with care, and each design is meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
The Baffy Furniture Shopping Festival is here. From June 15th to August 15th, enjoy 20%, 30%, up to 50% off on most products. Explore 2025 exclusive collections at discounted prices, plus wedding packages with a free TV stand gift. Plus, free delivery and installation in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Enugu. Customize your favorite sets in your preferred color and fabric, from kid-friendly options to our luxurious smart beds. Don't miss out. Shop now at Baffy Furniture.
With a stroke of a pen, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has repealed the 2003 Insurance Act, replacing it with the Nigerian Insurance Industry Reform Act 2025, a law NICAM and stakeholders hailed as a game changer for market growth and consumer protection. Musa Abubakar reports on this.
A historic shift is here. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has assented the Nigerian Insurance Industry Reform Act 2025, a bold law that replaces the 2003 Act and redefines the future of insurance in Nigeria. With stricter capital requirements, compulsory insurance, and full market digitization, NIRA 2025 promises faster claims, stronger protection for policyholders, and a modernized industry ready for global competition. Praised by the National Insurance Commission as a game changer, the reform is backed by lawmakers, finance minister, and key stakeholders, all united in driving Nigeria toward a $1 trillion economy. The goal is clear: boost market confidence, attract fresh investment, and market Nigeria's insurance sector, a leader across Africa and beyond. The reforms are signed. Now the real work begins. In Abuja, I am Musa Abubakar, NTA News.
Kaduna State University has approved the appointment of Hamza Musa Makarfi as a new Director of Corporate Services effective immediately. A letter signed by the Registrar of the institution, Samira Balarabe. The university says it is looking forward for him to bring his wealth of experience and leadership skills to bear on the institution. Makarfi is a former Zonal Director of the Nigerian Television Authority, Kaduna Network Center, and also he held key leadership roles, including General Manager of NTA Lafia and Senior Producer roles at NTA Headquarters here in Abuja. His nationally acclaimed work includes producing and anchoring high-level policy and infrastructure programs such as 7-Point Agenda and Power Links. He also served as a State House correspondent during the administration of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. And he is widely respected for his strategic insight, development advocacy, and commitment to public service, and has mentored numerous professionals in the media and academic space. I guess congratulations are in order. Now, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board has inaugurated a 23-member committee to determine the admission eligibility of 599 outstanding underage candidates who scored 320 and above in the 2025 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination out of 11,000 candidates in that category. JAMB Registrar Professor Ishaq Oloyede emphasizes that scoring 320 is not an automatic ticket to university admission. He notes that each of the affected candidates must also attain at least 80% in both their school-based assessments and post-UTME examinations.
The minimum for a normal one, but there will be 1 in a million. That we cannot allow that to just be subsumed. The panel of experts that will consider them will sit in Abuja, Lagos, and Owerri.
Parents against cutting corners to secure admission for their underage children.
Let us avoid introducing these young boys into the world of crime. Bribing people, trying to influence the admission and so on. You are introducing them into the world of crime. To allow these students to emerge normally, naturally. And we are assuring you that there will be fair play. Everything will be transparent.
Registrar adds that only those who meet the requirements at each stage of the rigorous screening process will be recommended for admission, and the final list of successful candidates is expected to be released in September. We're live on the news at 10 on NTA News 24. Here's a recap of some of our major stories. President Tinubu directs accelerated rollout of free healthcare for low-income retirees and pension increase. Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention confirms 3 more deaths from Lassa fever as fatality rise to 155 nationwide. And JAMB sets up panel to review admission of 599 high-scoring underage candidates.
This is NTA News 24.
She's a mother, a surgeon, and now the first player to win 5 straight AfroBasket titles, just 7 months after giving birth and grieving her father. Sarah Ogokie returned to the court for Nigeria, balancing motherhood with medals. In this special report, we bring you the story of sacrifice, strength, and history, the story of Sarah Ogokie. Bright Egbuchu reports.
While Nigerians are still basking in the euphoria of the D-Tigress' extraordinary achievement, clinching a record 5th consecutive FIBA Women's AfroBasket title, one name shines a little brighter in this moment of national pride: Sarah Ogokie. The 35-year-old guard, a founding pillar of the golden generation of Nigerians women's basketball, has carved her name into the history books as the first player to win 5 consecutive AfroBasket titles. But Ogokie's latest triumph isn't just about trophies. It's about perseverance, patriotism, and personal sacrifice. Born on June 25, 1990 in New York to Nigerian parents Bentley Ogokie and Edith Oguru Ogokie, Sarah's journey is one of dedication both on and off the court. A graduate of Southern Polytechnic State University in Georgia with a Bachelor of Science in Biology, Pre-Medicine, Ogokie didn't stop there. She is also a pediatric surgeon, juggling medicine with elite basketball, a rare feat in any corner of the world.
The journey has been amazing. This story started when I was 12 years old in the United States of America. I initially started with football and then shifted over to basketball, where after playing in JSS and then SS, I was able to receive a full scholarship to play at the university NCAA level, which is where I was scouted to come and play for Nigeria.
Ogoke rejoined the national team in Abidjan under extraordinary personal circumstances. She has just given birth to her first child, a baby boy, only 7 months before the tournament. While many would still be easing into motherhood or on maternity leave, Ogoke chose instead to lace up her sneakers for Nigeria, returning to the hardwood with the same fiery passion that defined her over the last decade. Her commitment was such that she was on and off the court throughout the tournament, balancing the intensity of high-level competition with the demands of new motherhood. Even more poignant was her recent loss of her father, a painful blow that would have kept many athletes away. Instead, Sarah turned grief into grief.
The experience was amazing. I have a very supportive husband. When I received the call to come and play for Nigeria in this 2025 Abidjan Afrobasket, my husband said that he would be there to support me. Mom also joined us in Abidjan, and I had all the support necessary to allow my little boy to enjoy this amazing experience.
Due to these personal circumstances, Ogoke missed the group stage of the tournament. Yet, upon arrival, she made her presence felt instantly, not just as a player, but as a symbol of resilience and inspiration. Her leadership, experience, and fighting spirit were infectious, galvanizing the younger generation of players in the squad. A veteran leader.
All right, let's bring you more sports updates.
Rangers manager Russell Martin has heaped praise on Cyril Dessers following the Nigerian strikers' magical Champions League display in the club's commanding 3-0 victory over Victoria Pilsen in Ibrox. The 30-year-old was instrumental in the first leg of the UEFA Champions League third qualifying round tie, scoring once and providing an assist in what marked his first start of the campaign.
Zaraz dostává pokyn a proměňuje. 2-0 pro Rangers.
And Cyril did a brilliant job attracting players, so other people could run in behind, took the ball in well. So
Martin highlighted the striker's pivotal role in the comprehensive victory, pressing his intelligent movements and link-up play that created opportunities for teammates. Meanwhile, Arsenal's first home fixture of the pre-season ended in disappointment as they fell 3-2 to Spanish side Villarreal in the opening game of the Emirates Cup.
B eventually turned in, and it's Nicola Pepe on his return to Emirates Stadium. A muted celebration from him.
This was despite feeding all 6 of their summer signings in front of a packed Emirates Stadium Wednesday. Arsenal wrapped up their pre-season campaign on Saturday, August 10, when they faced Athletic Club at Emirates Stadium in the second and final match of the Emirates Cup.
And that concludes the news at this time. I'm Comfort Amadi. Many thanks for watching.